her story. This is her story. People, be brave, be beautiful. This is her story. Her story. This is her story. People, be brave, be beautiful. This is her story.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Hashtag Her Chosen Story. We are back again with another author. I'm doing a author's highlight, and this is part 2 of this special winter event. I don't know what to call it, but I have a special friend here tonight. I'm not going to prolong this introduction because she's going to share a little bit about herself, and we're going to jump right into what she got going on. All right. So at this time, I'm going to welcome Jamala Njinga.
Hey.
Hi, Jamala.
Hello, Clavia.
How are you today, this lovely day that the Lord has made?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to finally have you on this platform. You've been a big support since we met. And yeah, so I want others to know who this lovely person is. So just a quick intro, and then I'll jump into some questions.
Okay. So who I am is I'm Jamala. I'm, like she said, an author. I'm publishing my first book, a poet. And I just work in the construction field, or actually work in distribution design as a profession. And I've been doing that for over 10 years. And I've had a varied background, but I went to school for construction, but I really like writing. I enjoy my family. I enjoy my friends. I'm a believer. Probably first of all, I should have started with that. I'm a daughter of the Most High King. And yeah, so that's just a little bit of who I am, and that's it.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And so much more, right? But we can't
more.
Stay here. Yeah. Like beach time. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it's really a blessing. And, you know, again, they can see writer, poet, and now a new author. And I mean, we're doing this during publication. So the book is not finalized yet, but I just want to get the word out there so people can get excited. And the name of the book is Experiments in Living. And one of the first question actually I have is, what or who inspired you to write this book? And how did your own life experiences shape the stories and reflections you share?
Okay, so this is the quick and easy answer is God and my friends. But the longer expansion of that is that I feel like I've been writing this book for over 15 years, but I didn't know I was writing it. I was just writing poems as they came to me, or as things would happen to my life. And so looking back, those poems are like I said, 10 years old and stuff like that. So that, and then the past couple years, I was thinking like, what should I do with all these poems? I did put them on a blog, but then I wanted people to know the story behind the poem. And I was in a season of dreaming, and I had literally a dream that said, you should write a book. So I was thinking about that. I was like, okay. And then I go to one of a mutual friend's house, and we're in a prayer group. And she says this, she was like, you should be writing a book. I was like, okay, that was confirmation. Yeah. And then another thing that put like the cherry on top is just being a part of Chosen 31 and going to one of your events actually, and seeing like how you wrote your book of affirmations, and you inspiring people and saying, hey, you should write a book, and having somebody else in our life group write a book. And so I felt like different things were lining up for me to actually put the book together. And so basically God and his timing and the people that he's put in my life to help direct that.
So cool. So cool. Do you have your copy at hand?
I do have it at hand, but it's like in the other room. I'm going to get up.
Okay. I have this one.
You have it?
I
Okay.
just didn't want to show the green,
You got
but
my book. Okay.
we're still editing, so these are just some
Yes,
edits. So
those are
this
the
is,
notes still in there. Yeah.
there you go. So this is trying to get it. This is the book cover, and I wanted to. I know it's not one of the questions, but tell me what the cover means to you. I know for me, I the yellow, I know it's one of your favorite colors, and I'm like, I have to find a way to implement that yellow, that yellow color, just because this is your baby. And I mean, even someone called me a spiritual midwife, not even putting the word spiritual, but midwife, and then adding the word spiritual, and I didn't know what that meant. And like you said, at that event, I believe it was a book signing in 2024, encouraging others, share your story, because these experiments in life doesn't just happen for us, it's for other people to really heal from and learn
Right.
from, and be encouraged from them. So why this book cover? Why not something else?
I love the beach. It's just
Mm-hmm.
simple as that. And that's a picture that I took when I was at the beach one morning.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the beach is like, I would say, a safe space and just a
Right.
place that I find peace and rest. And I feel close to God in a lot of ways. And I
Yeah.
don't have to be praying or anything, just being there and being by the
Yeah.
water and listening to the ocean. And
Yeah.
so taking that picture, and then I showed it to our mutual friend. She's like, this is beautiful. And I
Mm-hmm.
just kept that picture for a
Yeah.
while. So just watching the sunrise and seeing God's glory, just
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah, and honestly, even the title "Experiments in Living," just looking at that photo, I mean, it's art, and we know that's just God, right? Like you say, you don't
For
even have
sure.
to do anything on the beach; just being there, you're like in God's presence,
Yeah.
standing in His masterpiece. So, yeah, I honestly do love that you chose. We had two options, but this was a good one.
Mhm.
What's one experiment you personally embraced? So, of course, thinking of those chapters, and I believe it's 13 chapters that we have now, that experiments that you personally embrace that change the way you see yourself or the world.
Embraced, I would say, turning back to God, because there was a season that I was not walking with Him like I am now, and just embracing all of who God is, because He embraced all of me, all of my
Mm-hmm.
messed upness,
Yeah.
and just in learning more about how good and gracious He actually is when we don't really want Him, or we don't think He wants us, but He actually
Mm-hmm.
does. He always wants us. He always wants the best for us.
Yeah.
And so anything that we hear otherwise is really the enemy. But
Mm-hmm.
just turning back to God is something I embrace, and it's not been the easiest thing, but it's
Right.
even through the difficulties and trials of walking with Christ and being faithful is something
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like I've truly embraced, especially in this season of my life.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And once we complete this, we're very, very close, and I'm very excited, not just to rest, but I'm excited for it to really be like out there.
Mhm.
What do you hope readers will walk away with after reading Experiments in Living, especially women who are navigating whether it's transition, healing, or rediscovery? Like, what do you want readers to get from this experience?
I want them to get that. I think for me to know that they're not alone, or for them to know that they're not alone. For me, like so much I felt in my life that I was like alone. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's not until I've shared my story, either doing during discipleship, or I got a chance to even speak to the students, that the stuff that I've gone through, people have gone through, that you just don't talk about it because it's
Yeah.
so personal. And you don't want people to really know about it. You don't really know how to navigate it, or to express that, or to heal from it. And so
Mm-hmm.
to actually to just write it down and to let people know that they're not alone. Life hits all of us in different ways. And unfortunately, for the traumatic parts in the book or in my life, like those things weren't brought to light, that it happened to other people, until I told my story, or I exposed, okay, this happened. It's like, oh, well, this happened to me too. And it's like, wow,
Yeah.
like I would have never known. And it's like people that are my immediate family members. So
Mm-hmm.
just that they're not alone, and don't be afraid to tell your story,
Yeah.
because that's really where the enemy does hide, and where he wants to keep us, is not to tell our story. We overcome by our testimony. So being able
Yes.
to speak it out and to let him know that, we have no fear, and We have the Most High God that loves us. So
For real.
all
And I'm
good.
glad you said that. I got excited real quick because I was going to say the same thing. Like, we overcome by the words of our mouth. No, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words
Yes,
of our
and a word of a
testimony.
testimony.
Right? I knew there was
Yes,
something
yes,
missing
yes.
there. And that is something I really want to highlight, even on my website. Like, we overcome. And I share over and over the last few clients that I've had reading these. And yes, still have to do a thorough read, but just reading each chapter, I've been healed. And I'm like, dang, homegirl went through that too. Or I was talking to a friend when I visited New York and she shared something that she never shared. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know who I can connect her with. And maybe they can talk about ways to overcome. So I know this book is going to be, and I keep telling you, each time you submit something, it's going to be a game changer. It's already a game changer. And for those that are going to hear this episode, I'm excited. And I know they're like, well, how can I reach this author, writer, poet? So this is Jamala's email, Jamala dot, there is a dot in between. You can reach her here if you have questions. And then to purchase, the website is not up yet, but please save this link. And this would be a way for you to get a signed copy. There would be a book signing in the near future, but this is where you can get a signed copy, and it would also be available on Amazon. I know it was just a short highlight. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say or leave with the listeners. But again, I appreciate you so much, and even taking that leap of faith to really, like you said, you've had these poems written down over the years, but now to put it into a manuscript, I know this is just the beginning. So one, tell me what's next, even though we're not done. And then two, let's leave an encouragement or a prayer or something for the listeners. I know something boiling up there.
Okay.
Maybe.
What's next? I guess another book. I don't know. I don't guess. We'll see. But probably another book, not as more about me, but it's gonna
Mhm.
like highlight more of God and whatever I
Yeah.
guess idea he wants me to bring
Yeah.
forth that he's shown me. And then just leave with you're loved. I feel like that's the biggest takeaway in
Mhm.
life. You
Yeah.
are loved.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that they're loved, and you're loved by the Most High King. And even though I might not even know you, I love you. And that, you're cared for, and there is somebody that loves you. His name is Jesus Christ. Make that
Amen.
apparent. But that's it.
Yeah, no, that's good. And that's a good message because even in this season, especially holiday season, I know for me, I miss my family so much. And I'm like, dang, I wish I was with them. But now I know that I'm loved. I know that God sent me people like you to just be with, right? To dwell with. So yeah, and like you said, you're not alone. Even in these experiments in living, some people really, even for myself, when I decided, even before this platform, hashtag her chosen story, I wasn't telling my story. I wasn't saying anything. I was just quiet, silent. And people didn't know I had a voice. And until I started to share my story, I started to heal. And then people started to heal. And I'm like, well, I want others to share their story. So thank you for
So
being
good.
vulnerable and sharing your stories. I mean, you guys would laugh, you may cry, you would relate. This book is definitely a must have. Again, I'm going to put that website back up. It's jamalanjinga.bigcartel.com. Soon that Big Cartel would be gone and she'll have her direct website. And then the email is jamala.njinga@gmail.com. And that book title that you would see on shelves near you is Experiments in Living.
Yay! And thank you so much, Clivia, for all you do.
You're very
Amazing.
welcome. Thank you for joining us, Miss Jamala.
All right, guys.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
All right. That was another beautiful episode of hashtag her chosen story and our special guest, Jamala Njinga. I won't say her last name anymore. That's her stage name, Jamala Njinga, and or Nzinga. It was just a pleasure to, talk about what's to come and just excited. And you are loved. That was a great message to leave us with, even in this holiday season. Know that you're not alone. Know that you are loved, and you're loved by the Most High God and through his son, Jesus Christ. You are loved. All right. So to be a guest on this show, nothing hard. Just hit me up. And you can be a guest, but there's ways that you can also be part of this circle. You can contribute, you can support in different ways. If you want more information, you can visit my website. Jamala's book would also be available. I should have said that. It would also be available on CliviaAllen.com website. And again, we are doing some great things together. And I'm really, really excited. And just before we go, remember, you are chosen for such a time as this. Thank you for watching and listening. And yeah, stay tuned for Experiments in Living by Jamala Mitchell. All right.